And we're back. Oh, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Oh, BG, if you let me see your abs, I'll show you my dick and balls. That's what she was going to say. Her dick and balls. It was going to be a huge swerve, but we didn't get to it. I heard WWE's trying to be more edgy. Crack analysis. Welcome to Get Vocal, where we stare at each other blankly because we are confused by what Raw is doing on a weekly basis. I'm your host, the most Donald Wood, looking fine and feeling fine, oh baby. Ooh, sugar, because you won't break it.
Does your shirt say the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, it's the Breakfast Club, dude. I'm so fucking Bullet Club AEW through and through, and even my fucking
your meals
breakfast is too sweet, brother. Yeah, you're here as well. What are we doing here?
You fuck with that Cinnamon Toast Crunch every day, huh?
No, actually, we have eggs every morning. But yes, go ahead.
Oh.
And pork roll. You should know that's from New Jersey.
You're an asshole. Oh, man. For those that don't know, Donnie is an asshole. Live from Philadelphia every week. My name is Brandon Galvin from New York, and we are...
Nah. Long Island, New Jersey's very own.
Don't even do that. But we are two of the co-hosts for Ring Rust Radio, weekly wrestling podcast, and this is our live reaction to Monday's Raw. We do this every week here on Get Vocal, a social media site focused on face-to-face conversation. We discuss the main talking points from Raw. So, Donnie, let's get into it. Biggest story of the night. Roman Reigns returns. Cancer's in remission, baby.
Let's shoot real quick. For Joe Anoa'i, that's his name, correct? Am I close? Is that sound correct?
Better not do.
Very happy for him. Of course, anyone who's ever had cancer in their family, so people in my family who have been lost to cancer, who have recovered from cancer, it is something terrible. And him going through leukemia, putting leukemia into remission, starting tomorrow, essentially, the campaign to bring, to advocate for more research and to show that it's like you're not alone to people. I think that this is in a weird way, this is one of the best things that could have ever happened to Roman Reigns, because a lot of the people who were like, I don't really like him, they were cheering for him when he came back because he really did overcome something so monumental. He really is going through something like, and no one would ever wish that on anybody. It's wrestling, okay? Do I like Roman Reigns, the character? Of course not. But I would never wish anything ill on anyone in this business because it's like hating Dexter on the TV show and hating the actor who plays Dexter on the TV show. It doesn't make any sense. So on the one side, I'm very happy that he's back, cancer remission. It's a great story for kids. It's a great story for adults. It's a great story for anyone, really, to keep fighting and keep going. On the other side, I didn't really like the promo. I thought, he was trying to feed off the crowd really well. But again, I don't think Roman Reigns is a great concept of promo ability. Never really has. He came out and hit his moves. It's like the Shield again. He's there being protected, and that's what they should do for him. But I mean, yeah, I'm not a Roman Reigns fan, so I'm not super excited to have him back opening Raws every week and being in every goddamn main event and shit like that. I'm not. There are far more talented wrestlers, but I'm glad he as a person is back because anyone battling cancer deserves to make it through and continue fighting.
Yeah, extremely happy. It's impressive how quickly. It was just October. He's already back, and he's doing moves in the ring. He's like he was doing movie sets. He's gonna, I presume, wrestle at WrestleMania.
That's what I read on Bleacher Report tomorrow. Essentially, that's what we're operating with, because in the beginning of the show he said I'm back, and then he kind of said, stifle those WrestleMania claims there for a second, everybody. And in that sense, when I was like starting to do my outline for my article, it was like I was operating under the assumption that he would probably be involved in some form of fashion at WrestleMania, but coming out at the end, or not coming out at the end, but coming out with the Ambrose thing and getting physical, that's like he's cleared. He's coming back.
Right.
This is going to be some sort of whether it, and I believe that it's just going to be the Shield at Fastlane. They're already putting it together. Shield at Fastlane, and then ready for this, Roman Reigns versus Baron Corbin at WrestleMania in a 2-minute squash match. Roman Reigns just whipped his ass.
Yeah, see, I agree with you. We're getting a Shield reunion for Fastlane. Because once that happened, at first it's like, all right, you'll be back for WrestleMania. Then he comes out. It's like, all right, Seth needs something to do between now and WrestleMania. A Shield reunion would be great. So I agree with you there. Shield reunion at Fastlane. And I'm going to tweak yours because you got to have something for Dean Ambrose. What if they team up? And they're just a team at WrestleMania. That way Roman doesn't have to do as much. And like you're saying, he can come in, hit the 2 big spots or whatever he needs to do, and the match is over with.
I can totally see it, but I think what they're going to do is what they're doing with Dean Ambrose now. Just bury him down the card, and he goes to AEW.
I mean, he can still leave even if he has
AEW, bro.
That's not happening. He's clearly staying, but it's really cute.
Him and Batista. Speaking of, we'll talk more about Roman Reigns for Infinity and beyond. But yes, Bleacher Report tomorrow. You're going to get an article about Romeo Regs and how he's going to be booked through WrestleMania. But Batista's back. WWE is absolutely shook to the core by AEW. They saw pictures of Batista with Chris Jericho. They know their relationship, and they're like, my God. Triple H goes into Vince's office. No, not even Vince's office. He's at home with him. They live together. He kicks the door down to Vince's office, and he's like, Dad, we can't let Batista go. This is too far, Dad. You already let Chris go. You can't let Dave go, too. And he just tore apart about it. So he decides that he needs Dave Batista, and this is how he does it. On the same night Roman Reigns comes back, on the same night Becky Lynch gets arrested, we bring Batista back to just beat up Ric Flair and yell at the camera, scare the camera guy. He made the camera guy jump, which is awesome. But yeah, go ahead. Whoa. Batista doing a one-off match at Mania to hype his run in AEW later this year. That's a great point. If you're Batista, do that, please, because that Vince would be like, oh, he got me so mad.
That was George Cruz in the chat. That's right. We have a chat live on Get Vocal. Yeah. You can participate. Right, I love this storyline that they have going right now. I thought all along it was going to be Becky Lynch interfering in this celebration and destroying Ric Flair. Good swerve on that. Having her come out earlier, even later in the night, after she gets arrested, I thought it was still her attacking Ric Flair. Cut to Batista. Never saw that coming. But a great way to go back to the Evolution reunion at SmackDown 1000, where there was this tension and Batista feeling like I've been like overshadowed or underrated in this group. You guys keep slighting me, and he wanted the match at Triple H, and he said this for years that he wants a match at Triple H at WrestleMania. Probably his last match for WWE that he's been saying for so long. I'm glad for him, as like you say about the people, I'm glad that he's wanted this for so long, and he's going to get it. And Triple H coming back from a torn pec and surgery to be able to do this match, I'm floored that they got this to work. It's not like a match that I'm dying to see. Like we saw it so many times many years ago, but I think it's cool that they made it work. And the lead in just in one segment for this storyline, I'm sold. I thought that was an amazing way to do it because no one saw that coming.
Is this the guy from Wrong Side of Town?
Yeah, that amazing actor from Wrong Side of Town. I
didn't really remember him. I was just trying to refresh my memory here. Okay, so I did write an article about this several weeks ago when the rumors had remember the rumors mill kicked up about it. So I remember writing about it, saying it would be cool to see him come back. The idea, listen, I think it's a Goldberg Brock situation to where it's more about the build. It's more about, can you put excitement into something I've seen before? It's something that I didn't necessarily want to see again, but they did a good job building to that match. And then the match itself was like, holy fuck, this is incredible. Yeah. I can't believe this is happening. If they go down that same route with this, and for WrestleMania, it's a fucking attraction to garner mainstream attention to the casual, because WrestleManias are casual fans. So you want to bring in casual fans. Dave Bautista, mainstream star with Guardians of the Galaxy, all the other movies he's doing, he's kind of getting that his the wrong side of town. He's getting his fucking name out there. So putting him against Triple H, big match, it'll get people hyped who aren't watching anymore. So,
and like, you know, we always talk about, like Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, like that was for like the championship. Like Kevin Owens got screwed that time. This is just Triple H and Batista like in the middle of the card as like your fifth attraction match. Yeah. Really, like it's not like they're like really taking up so much. And like you said, if it's like a 5 to 10 minute match, cool. Go
should be. It definitely should be that way.
Yeah, it should not be a 20-minute slugfest. Like, please don't do that.
I'll take it back immediately. Triple H always has super long matches. It's always kind of been his thing.
I know. That's why I'm saying don't do that, because in those scenarios, though, when it's like Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns, you're trying to build these guys up. When it was Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, you don't need to build those guys up. Just give us the 5 power moves that we want to see in 5 minutes. You can make a no DQ stipulation, let them have the sledgehammer and the chairs and all that. 10 minutes is all you need with entrances.
Batista blade?
Just to piss Vince off. You know what? He might as well. It's potentially his last match.
He it in his contract stipulation. Vince doesn't see it. He's just like, yeah, what's this? There's a little caveat here. Something bad. No, don't worry about it, Vince. You're signing the paperwork. He's just like all out the fucking side. That's perfect.
They just blame it on Jamie Noble. They just blame it on Jamie Noble.
It is what it is. I think, like I said, people are going to complain about this.
You're going to complain about this. In 2 weeks, you will be complaining about this.
I guarantee you're right. I'm already starting. I basically did everything in my power now to shit around it. Now it's just a matter of time before they like totally drop the ball with it. But
I mean, listen, it's a very, here's the thing. They are professionals of the business. They know, and they know each other. They have such a history. It's going to be easy for them to play this type of feud. And Batista as a heel, he's so much better as a heel. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun.
Like I said, as long as it's a fucking cluster, it needs to be just this chaotic thing. It has to be. And listen, Triple H has all the pull in the world in this place. He has all the fucking stroke you could imagine in any kind of way of a line of work. This better be balls to the wall. This better be like fucking outside the area promos. This better be like brutal attacks. This better push the fucking boundaries. This better fucking he better call in every favor to make this fucking good. Otherwise, people will turn on it.
Dude, Ric Flair's going to come out, I'm sure, during the match, and probably Randy Orton. Maybe he sides with Batista, right? Like, you never know what can happen with these guys. And then, like, Shawn Michaels can come out. There's so much they can do. I think it'll be fun.
Shawn Michaels should never come back again. He looks like a walrus with his fucking mustache.
You look like a fucking walrus. What are you talking about?
I look gorgeous. Oh, shit.
Absolutely disgusting.
You fucking love it. Woo! Pump it up.
It's gross.
Becky Lynch got arrested as well.
Yeah, they had to make do for last week when we called them out for not doing it right.
I actually thought this wasn't that good. I thought Becky was fine in this, but it seemed like just a repeat of what we did last week with just the like actual police getting involved. Like it was the third biggest thing on the show when she's been the biggest thing on the show. Right. It was an afterthought because I think the biggest problem for me was like they're like she got arrested, but
they didn't show it
in any medium you do. And I was about to say any medium you do, but I keep thinking because we do fucking podcasts, it's literally the opposite. It's show, don't tell.
Yeah, that was driving me nuts.
It's in anything you do. And when just working in a theater, it's like you don't have to tell the whole story. Show most of it and fill it in with a little bit of extra. Let the people understand it. Give them the chance to comprehend. And when she's like, yo, watch my hands. I need that for raising the championship. Amazing spot. I love that. Attacking Natty, that's good. The pull aparts between them have been super lackluster because they got 4 people out there. They should definitely Ronda Rousey should beat the fuck out of Becky Lynch in those moments because Becky's hobbled and there's 4 people standing between her. She's a fucking UFC legend, Hall of Famer. She would not. The one dude who looked like me got knocked the fuck out in one punch. Knocked fucking and she just stops, won't punch Adam Pearce. Come on,
right?
He was an NWA champion. I know. Just knock him the fuck out. Come on. And then it ends, and they say, "Oh, Becky got arrested." Ha ha ha! Like, isn't that what you wanted? But they didn't show us Stone Cold getting put in the fucking car, Stone Cold getting driven away, still flipping people off with his fucking hands behind his back and shit.
Yeah,
in his jorts, by the way.
Yeah,
just fucking, this did not live up to the hype, and I was worried that we were going to get these moments. And Ronda was poop on the mic. She drops the title, so we have uncertainty there, which is the intriguing part of this coming out. Is what we do with that Raw Women's Championship. Do we give it back to Ronda? Ronda get it back, or are we just hanging above the ring? It's a fucking TLC match.
What, Fastlane?
No, WrestleMania. You fucking hang the belt at WrestleMania. Have the fucking main event be a triple threat TLC match for the championship. But Ronda says, I don't want it back. I want to win it back. Fucking put it up. She does dumb shit like that. She says dumb shit all the time. So like, I'm not why she's like, I don't want it back. I don't want it back till you fucking put it back on the line. And Becky has to be in that match. And then I'll be in that match. Because that's the intriguing part of this, how we get that triple threat. And you said we had to stretch this a long time. You can just add Charlotte there. Now we got to get Becky involved. But how do you get Becky involved? Ronda's the face, because they're obviously trying to keep Ronda as super face. I thought they were just going to be like, fuck it, you're going to get this tweener reaction, and we're just going to ride with it. That's not what they're doing.
No, they don't want that. They want Ronda Rousey when she goes on the media tours to ESPN and whatnot, and Ellen and whatever. Like, you are the baby face. Like, we need to make sure that everyone loves you. And Ronda wants that. Like, she,
of course, I
know this song doesn't care about the reputation, but I think she very clearly cares about her reputation.
If you're not a born wrestling fan, you want to be the face. If you're a wrestling fan, you want to be the fucking heel because you know it's more fun. That's just the truth. Right. She's coming from a sport where she's like this superstar. She's a superstar athlete is usually portrayed as a good guy. Like if you're a fucking Manny Machado guy and you have this bad reputation, then there's going to be some talk about you. It's just the truth of it. So in wrestling, Manny Machado sells because he's a fucking heel. Bryce Harper's the one who's not selling. Until he gets to Philadelphia and hits 51 home runs in Citizens Bank Park. That's fine. 174 RBIs.
I hope that does not happen. Ronda Rousey, the storyline around Ronda Rousey. So I agree with you 100% about the Becky Lynch thing. Like, how come you didn't show us her getting arrested? That was so annoying. All she is in handcuffs. That was bad. Kevin Dunn needs to correct himself. But like you're saying about Ronda Rousey, I did like that angle that they have with her laying down the belt, giving the ultimatum. I think that's a smart way because now it's her pleading for Becky Lynch to get in here, and she's the one. Like, I don't care. I'll face them both. That is the quintessential Hulk Hogan, John Cena, clear-cut babyface type of move, and it will work for her. I think that's a smart storyline, and it's still her going up against the McMahons and them trying to control the situation. I thought it was a good move. I also liked Stephanie coming out instead of Vince, and she's calling them out on that. Like, you have to do like your dirty work for your father. I thought that was good stuff. I agree with you that it's a shame that she's not as good as others on the mic, like Charlotte and Becky Lynch, and some things are lost in her promos. It's too quick. You have trouble keeping up with her. But overall, the sentiment of the angle I thought was good. They just fumbled it a bit. And like you said, for the most part, it's like one of their first fumbles for this. So, it's a long road to WrestleMania. I think in the long run, we'll just remember like, oh yeah, Ronda Rousey laid down the title to get Becky Lynch in as she was getting arrested, and that's it. Like, I think it's just like a little speed bump in this storyline.
I'll tell you the truth. I honestly don't think I'll ever remember her getting arrested part of it, because again, last week felt more like an arrest than this week, and there was more excitement about it. And like, it didn't have any of the same oomph that it did last week. It really was. It really felt so flat.
Well, it's because you did the same thing as, like I said this before, to start this, it's like they were making up for last week, not having her actually arrested. So like, we fucked up, redo it,
Yeah,
essentially. That's
redo it, but do it worse. Do it without the because with her last week she beat the fuck out of Charlotte and Ronda. Beat the fuck out of them. Let them play in. Destroyed them.
Yeah.
Then you get arrested. This time she beats up Natty, barely touches Ronda and gets locked up. It's just I know it's because of the stipulation and everything like that, but I'm just saying in terms of impact, it is if you're going to get arrested, listen, if I'm going to get arrested, I'm going to deserve what I do.
Yeah.
So fucking if you know you're going there to get arrested, you beat up Natty. You beat up Natty.
Everybody.
And then you're just arrested. That's it? No, you go there, you beat up Ric Flair, you beat up Triple H, you beat up Triple H's fucking dad, you beat up fucking Stephanie, you slap everybody. You just run train on everybody until you're taken by like 17 police officers and like literally crowd surfed all the way into the back of a paddy wagon and driven to the police station, where we then see you at the police station getting fucking written up and shit like that. Maybe fight a cop in the fucking holding cell. I don't know.
The only thing I could think of, Donnie, is if they were smart, they would do this. A fucking like on Thursday, a WWE Network special, Becky Lynch's ride to fucking jail and like getting booked.
Honestly, all the stuff we have with Ted Bundy, I'd love to see like she escapes. She fucking jumps from a second story window and runs like Dean Ambrose across the country to get to Philadelphia next week on Raw.
On a hobbled knee. But the Shield, remember the Shield did that? They stole like a fucking ambulance or whatever.
I never forget they fucking came in to like tribute to the troops on a helicopter. Remember that? They fucking like landed the helicopter and the fucking Shield popped out of it. They might not have aired that, but I remember there was a whole thing of it because it was the Shield popping off a helicopter, and I was like, why do we not get more of that? Well, like at WrestleMania, how cool would it be for like WrestleMania? Like, what is that? It's like, or just like above it, and then they like do the rope thing down.
Oh, I don't think you'll ever see them do that again.
Why? One guy? Oh, what was the Smarks comment last week? Fucking Vince, you killed Chris Benoit. Fucking assholes. All right. And we're at it! Raw was a thing, and we're done talking about it, BG.
That is it. But we talk Raw every Monday here on Get Vocal. Again, Donnie and I represent Ring Rust Radio. We have a weekly podcast every Wednesday with our co-host Mike Chiari. We discuss all of WWE, NXT, NXT UK, 205 Live, AEW, Impact Wrestling. We answer fan emails. We do fantasy games. We have Mark Madness coming up March 12th at 7 p.m. Eastern, where we break down who has been the very best wrestler of the past year. It is essentially March Madness with your favorite wrestlers. And if you have an agenda, if you don't like Braun Strowman and you love Kenny Omega, this is the game for you. So come on, sign up, patreon.com/ringrustradio.
God, because if you love Braun Strowman, you have to love Kenny Omega. It's just like a weird thing we have to do. God bless America, guys. Thank you so much for listening to us on Get Vocal. Support us on Patreon down here. Hit us subscribe up here. Go in the chat room over here. Follow us over here. Just be part of us. Please help us every single week. We love you, and thank you so much for your support. God bless America. We'll see you back here whenever I hit this button
next week.